Counting on alums Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar have raised all 19 kids in front of the cameras for many years. Viewers witnessed their lifestyle, which was different from the outside world. The Duggar children grew up in homeschooling. They were also prohibited from watching worldly movies and listening to pop songs. However, some Redditors point fingers at TLC for completely changing the kids. Keep reading to see why many are upset counting on Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's homeschooling. Jim Bob and Michelle faced so much criticism for homeschooling their kids. Most of them weren't able to have professional jobs. Many of the Duggar daughters ended up being social media influencers and YouTube vloggers. Jinger and Jill become authors. The two wrote books exposing the questionable teachings of their church. Some of the Duggar sons are currently in the construction fields, especially the adults. But aside from their educational struggles, some Redditors blame TLC for affecting the kids' future. Fans shame film crew for changing the kids. Some Redditors discuss why the film crew played a significant role in the kids' upbringing. According to the poster, the film crew completely looked the other way regarding the kids' safety and education. The op added that having cameras in their daily lives that document their homeschool and other private activities affected their perspectives. Others agreed and said the Duggar kids could have gone to real schools while they were filming the show, which could have given them better futures and careers. JB and Meech also felt school could have radically changed their kids. That's why they didn't do it. Yup, which is why when Jana and Jill graduated high school, they were very limited into what online college classes they were allowed to take and from where. They mainly got to take courses on midwifery. I'm still surprised, though, that they allowed Jill to study Spanish. Reality show people are not considered actors, so the kids get no protections. TLC has done this with a bunch of families. The Gosselins, Roloffs, Honey Boo Boo and so on. They don't care, just turn a blind eye to the abuse and let the cameras roll for their televised freak show. Counting on, will the Duggar family return to TV? There are also speculations that some of the Duggar kids are setting up for a possible TV return. This comes after Jana Duggar returned to social media after years of absence. She shared her engagement and wedding journey with Steven Wisman. According to another Reddit thread, Jana may be sharing more of her courtship journey with Steven with TLC, especially after some of the film crew were spotted on their big day. The crew were guests at the wedding, not filming. She grew up with them. But to answer your question, I don't think they're ever coming back to TV. The crew was at the wedding because they're family friends, they spent years with them. Could be, but all the kids would have to be paid individually. In the wake of a turbulent decade for the Duggar family, criticism from fans of the former TLC show Counting On has reignited. This time, however, the focus isn't on the Duggars themselves, but on the film crew and production team behind the series. Many loyal viewers have taken to online forums to voice concerns that the children, particularly the younger generation, were changed by their exposure to the cameras and the influence of a reality TV environment. This sentiment, while not new, has gained traction in recent months following revelations from Duggar family members and documentaries such as Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets. Fans and critics alike have begun dissecting the role of TLC and the show's production team in shaping the lives and personalities of the Duggar children, many of whom grew up on camera. But how much of this criticism is valid, and where does the responsibility truly lie? The Duggar kids, reality TV's youngest stars. From their earliest days on 19 Kids and Counting, the Duggar children became household names. Viewers were captivated by the family's strict religious beliefs, modest lifestyle, and the sheer logistics of managing a household of over 20 people. However, as the show evolved into Counting On, following the cancellation of the original series due to Josh Duggar's scandals, the focus shifted to the older Duggar children as they entered adulthood. For many fans, this shift was bittersweet. While it allowed some of the younger siblings to retreat from the spotlight, others were thrust into it. Critics argue that the film crew's role in scripting and editing the show contributed to creating a polished, marketable image of the Duggar family, an image that often clashed with reality claims of changing the kids. One of the most frequently cited grievances among fans is the belief that the Duggar kids were changed by their time on reality TV. This argument is multifaceted, ranging from accusations that the children were encouraged to act unnaturally for the cameras to concerns that their privacy and personal development were compromised. Loss of authenticity. A recurring complaint from fans is that the Duggar children seemed increasingly rehearsed as the years went on. The kids used to be so genuine in the early seasons, wrote one Reddit user. By the time Counting On was in full swing, it felt like they were performing a script. This shift, some argue, was due to the influence of the film crew, who were allegedly instructed to portray the Duggars in the best possible light. Critics believe this created an environment where the children felt pressured to conform to a specific image, stifling their individuality in the process exploitation of innocence. Another major point of contention is the idea that the production team exploited the innocence of the younger Duggar children for entertainment value. Scenes of the kids engaging in everyday activities, whether it was learning to cook, tackling homeschooling assignments, or participating in family outings, were often framed as humorous or endearing. Those moments were cute when they were little, but as they grew older, you could tell they were aware of being watched, one former fan commented on a blog. It's not fair to have your childhood turned into a spectacle for millions of people. Developmental impact. Fans have also raised concerns about the long-term psychological effects of growing up on camera. Reality TV, by its very nature, blurs the lines between public and private life, and the Duggar children were rarely afforded the opportunity to separate the two. Some fans argue that this lack of distinction may have hindered their ability to form their own identities outside of the family brand, the role of the film crew. While it's easy to point fingers at the Duggars themselves, fans have increasingly turned their ire toward the film crew and production team behind Counting On. The crew's involvement in shaping the narrative and editing footage has been criticized as manipulative, with some alleging that they prioritized entertainment over the well-being of the children, creating a narrative. One of the hallmarks of reality TV is its ability to craft compelling stories from ordinary events, and Counting On was no exception. Fans have accused the production team of cherry-picking moments to create a narrative that wasn't always reflective of reality. For instance, the show often highlighted the Duggar children's obedience and close family bonds while downplaying moments of conflict or individuality. This selective storytelling, critics argue, painted an unrealistic picture of the Duggar family dynamic and may have influenced how the children perceive themselves and their roles within the family. Crossing boundaries. Another troubling accusation is that the film crew sometimes crossed ethical boundaries in their pursuit of content. Former fans have speculated about the presence of cameras during vulnerable moments, such as births or personal milestones, and questioned whether the children were given the option to opt out of filming. Imagine going through something emotional or embarrassing as a teenager and having it broadcast to the world, one Twitter user wrote. It's not fair to those kids, and the adults on set should have known better. The Duggars' responsibility. While the film crew has faced significant backlash, some fans argue that the ultimate responsibility lies with Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. As the parents and primary decision-makers, they had the power to set boundaries with TLC and the production team. However, critics of the Duggars point out that the couple appeared to prioritize the benefits of being on television, financial stability, fame, and a platform for their religious beliefs over the potential risks to their children. Jim Bob and Michelle signed up for this, one viewer noted in an online discussion. They should have protected their kids instead of letting a film crew into every corner of their lives. What former Duggars have said. In recent years, several Duggar family members have spoken out about their experiences on reality TV. Jill Duggar Dillard, in particular, has been candid about the challenges she faced while filming Counting On. In her memoir, she revealed that she and her husband Derek often felt exploited by the production team and were not adequately compensated for their time on the show. Jill's revelations have resonated with fans, many of whom believe her story highlights the pressures faced by the Duggar children. Her willingness to speak out has also fueled discussions about whether reality TV is an appropriate environment for minors. The bigger picture. The controversy surrounding the Counting On film crew is part of a larger conversation about the ethics of featuring children on reality TV. The Duggars are not the first family to face criticism for exposing their kids to the spotlight, and they likely won't be the last. As public awareness of these issues grows, there have been calls for stricter regulations to protect children on reality TV. Advocates argue that minors should have the right to privacy and a portion of the profits generated by their appearances. Conclusion. While the blame for changing the Duggar kids cannot be placed entirely on the film crew, it's clear that their involvement played a significant role in shaping the children's experiences. From crafting narratives to crossing ethical boundaries, the production team's actions have left a lasting impact on the Duggar family, an impact that fans and critics are unlikely to forget. Ultimately, the counting on controversy serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of merging childhood with reality TV. As the conversation continues, one thing is certain: the story of the Duggar children will remain a point of fascination and debate for years to come. If you are looking for more Duggar family news, subscribe to this channel, and stay tuned for all your updates.